I mean, they have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like,
wow, no, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I mean, I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism.
Welcome back to Roared. We're going to be going over the case of Josue and Natalie. Josue brought Natalie to court so she could pay child support for their kids. Natalie, in her defense, says she never wanted kids and instead wants to party.
Okay, Your Honor. I'm want to sue her for child support because, you know, my kids are always with me and she's always at work. You know, she's always working for the hospital. She was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered for more hours, and even when she's not at work, she's just never home. I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at, and you know, I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at. They're always and for days at a time. She's never home, and we broke it off several weeks ago, and only with my income alone, I can't really just do it with just me and my kids, especially that one has autism. I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot, and for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her, even as so much as trying to help out with the kids or anything like that. So I can't get it. I'm surprised she's even here at court today.
Man, this guy's really trying to hold it down for his kids. Switching to overnight shifts just to be there for them? That's dedication. Sounds like he's doing it all solo while the mom's off the radar, even though they had a plan to co-parent. It's rough, especially with a kid who needs extra care. Honestly, hope the court sees that and gets him some support, because he's really carrying the load right now.
Okay, when you say kids, how many?
I have two.
Two, all right.
You mean we, not you?
No, I have two.
How long has it been since you all stopped living together?
It's been, I want to say, a month and a week already.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
For as long as I can remember, about 2 years now, she's just never been wanting to come home really. And honestly, I've caught her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know?
I just hate that it's really around the kids. The kids find it before I do most of the time.
Oh my.
Yes.
Wow, that situation sounds heavy. Dude's out here working hard, driving an 18-wheeler delivering hospital supplies overnight, and still stepping up for his kids. But finding stuff like painkillers and needles around the house? That's a serious red flag, especially when the kids are coming across it first. That's tough to hear, and you can tell he's just trying to protect his family. Hope the court takes that seriously and gets things sorted.
I am around. I just have to work all the time. I mean, it's not my fault that, you know, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that you're not contributing anything.
I mean, I am though. Like, I feed them or sometimes, and
You feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave. Personally, myself, I sit there with my kids and I open a book with them and I help them with their homework. I feed them. I'm not much of a good cook, but I do what I can to put food on the table and spend time with them. It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. I mean, that's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids.
Man, this one hits a nerve. The mom's all about how work comes first, which, yeah, saving lives is big. No one's knocking that, but it sounds like she's missing the bigger picture at home. Dropping off fast food and handing the kids a tablet? That's not really parenting. Meanwhile, this dad's pulling overnight shifts, staying up to help with homework, cooking, even if it's not gourmet, and making sure his kids feel seen. He's making sacrifices, and it's clear he wants to be present. That says a lot about where his priorities are.
Because
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
You should want to spend more time with your kids.
I mean, I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him because he's better suited for that.
Right, yeah, no. I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children? I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should.
Man, that was wild. Like saying I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him. Seriously? That's not how parenting works at all. The judge was spot on too, telling her she should want to spend time with her kids, especially with one needing extra care. And the part where she hasn't given a dime since she left, but actually had the nerve to ask for money. That's just crazy. Props to the dad, though. He's holding it down, doing what he has to. Glad the judge wasn't playing games with that one.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right, health insurance.
I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan, so I just
Yes.
pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is it private health insurance? Is the children under Medicaid? What are we
It's
doing?
Medicaid.
Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family?
It's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend
You know what?
money.
Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is, because you're a mom, period.
I mean, but I
And
didn't sign
countless
up for
times
it.
I've enough for my
I mean,
kids,
but
and
you
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me to
my
have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
You don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want him because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this. And, like, how is it my fault? He wanted them. I didn't want them.
Wow, that was hard to listen to. Her straight up admitting she didn't want the kids and just wanted to party? That's a rough thing to hear, especially knowing the dad has been stepping up and doing way more than his share. And that whole it's his job to take care of them attitude? Come on. Parenting is a team effort, not a handoff. The judge was right to shut that down. This dad's out here trying to hold it all together, and she's acting like having kids is just optional. It's wild how some people see responsibility.
she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted anymore, then it was just, oh, this baby's really an inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
This
what? I
child
like to
support
party.
payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support $60,000 a year. I have your gross set at $5,000. Your net is $4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025, plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month and a week that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475. That's to be paid at $25 a month. So your monthly child support obligation, including the back pay, is $1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
Wow, that was unreal. She's seriously worried about having money left to party with? Like, come on, we're talking about raising kids, not saving up for the weekend. The judge wasn't having it, though, breaking down those child support numbers and making sure Medicaid gets reimbursed too. Honestly, It was satisfying to hear the back pay was granted. That dad's been carrying the weight for those kids alone, and now she finally has to step up whether she likes it or not. Priorities, right? Well, if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time on Roared.